So guys, RJ Pace and going to be showing you guys some Linux here today. The goal of this video is to just kind of create some real scenarios on how Linux can be used, specifically using the command line. So I'm going to be showing you guys some things such as navigating the file system, creating users, creating shared folders, root folder, things of that nature. So come along with me and I'll be sure to make more videos like this. I'm very passionate about Linux. I think it's the backbone of IT, and I think the way that cloud is going and just the way technology is going in general, Linux is going to be more and more useful. So, to get started here, I am using VirtualBox. So VirtualBox is free, and I created two VMs. I'll just be using one in this video. For the next video, I'll use my second one as well. But this video, we're just going to create a new user, show you how to do that. We're going to make a shared folder and we'll go from there. All right. So, first things first, we're going to see where we are. Right. So, as of right now, we are in my directory. Right. So, my home directory, you see RJ Pace at my host. That's mine. You can see here /home /RJ Pace. So that first slash, this PWD tells you exactly where you are, right? So the first slash right there is the root folder. And under the root folder, you have the home. And under the home, that is where you find the users. Okay. So once you log in, you're automatically put under the root folder, and how you can go to the so you automatically put under the home folder of your login, and how you go back to the root is you cd with a slash, and you can see that slash beside my host change that gets you to the root, right? And you press CD again, it'll take you back to the home. That's going to be important because the folder that we're going to use is going to be put under the root. Okay, so think of putting under the root folder as like everyone will be able to see this if we have the permission set to that. Okay, if I just make a folder under the home, other people won't be able to log in and see it because it's not under their name. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a user. All right. So the thing about Linux is you have to have special privileges to do certain things, and creating a user is something that you have to have a special privilege to do. All right. So how you do that is you do sudo, and that gives you the admin privileges as long as you have the wheel group. Okay. So we're going to sudo, and we're going to do user add, and we're just going to call this user fake user. Okay. And it's going to ask us for our password here. So you type the password, and just like that, there you go. We have a user. And how we can check that is we actually can go to this right here. It should show it. Yeah, this shows. You can see right there at the very bottom, you see fake user. All right. So you can see right here, I have RJ Pace, Rachel Pace, the Apache, test user, and fake user. All right. So that shows that it created it the right way. So now what we're gonna do is we're going to use sudo again, and we're going to put a password. All right. So password is PASSWD, and we're going to do fake user. Okay. So the new password is going to set a basic one here. Bad password, which is fine. We're just going to do this for the sake of the video. All right. So now it has been updated successfully, and this user is now created. Okay. So to check to make sure that you can get into the user, we're going to SU, right? So SU allows you to change into a different user. You have to do SU minus and then whoever you want to get into, right? So an SU minus fake user, and now you have to put the password in for that user. So once I put that password in, I want you to take a look and notice that it changed from RJ Pace at my host to fake user at my host. Okay. So that shows you that the user has been created. The and you can log into it and it's working. Okay. So to get out of that, you just do exit, and it logs you out and sends you back to the one that you were originally in. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're going to make a shared folder, right? So we're gonna make a shared folder under the root because I want both of the users to see it. Okay, so we're going to go to the shared folder, which is cd slash, And how you see what all you have is you have to have the ls command, right? So ls shows you the different things you have, or you can use ll and you can see the permissions here as well, which we'll talk about very soon. Okay. So you see we have the permissions here. You have all these different directories and things like that under the root folder. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make a folder, which is mkdir, and I'm going to do -p. That's just a good practice to do, because if it's just saying if you make this folder, it will create it if it's not already there. Okay, so I'm just going to call this folder, let's call it test users. Okay. And you see there, I forgot to put sudo. That's why Linux is great, because you can't just do anything you want to do, right? As it's making me sign in again here. Right. So we're going to sudo test users. And now I can do that. And I'm going to show you guys here. I can see that it's there. All right. I'll show you how to do it there. Use grep to find it. And there you go. That shows you use grep to find things that you're trying to look for specifically. Yeah, you can see that we made test users. Okay. Now, one thing I forgot to do that we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to add test user to a group. All right. So when you add test user to a group, you have to do sudo again, and you have to do user mod -ag, and that's going to keep their current settings or for groups that they already have. And we're going to add test user or fake user to a group that I already have called paste fam. Okay. So I have a group called paste fam already. I'm just going to add fake user to that. Okay. Now, how can I find out what groups the person is in? I'm going to ID RJ paste here, and you can see I have groups, RJ Pace, Wheel, Pace Fam, Sales, and Account. And I'm going to ID fake user. And that's going to show me that, look at their groups, fake users in the Pace Fam group as well. Okay, so we're good there. All right, I forgot to do that. So now we're going to go back to the root folder, because remember, we want the users to be able to see all of this. Okay, and we already created the folder already called test users. All right. So we're going to cd into test users, and we're going to ls. You can see we don't have anything here. All right. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to create two files. Okay. I'm going to create two files. You create a file using touch. All right. So I'm going to create a file called RJ, which once again, you got to do sudo. All right. And I'm going to create a file called fake. Okay. If I can spell correctly. And how do you check it? Use ls. You see it's there. Or you can use ll to see the um use ll to see the permissions with it. All right. So I'm just going to clear it off. And now I'm going to show you guys that I will be able to see this with the other users. So we're going to do su minus fake user. And we're going to put the password. So now we're under fake user, and we're going to cd into the root folder. And as you can see, I'm going to ll, and well, we'll do ls. I'm going to ls and show you guys that we can see everything here, if I can do it correctly. All right. So you see the test users folder right there. We're going to cd into test users, ls, and you can see the files there. So that's working. All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add some permissions to this. Okay. We're going to add some permissions. All right. So I'm back in RJ Pace, and I'm going back to the root right here. And if we go back to this folder here, you go back to this folder here, you can see the different privileges that we have. You can see the root owns the test users directory here. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into test users. Let's say we have an instance where we want RJ Pace to be able to edit um his folder, right? So we got the two files. We want RJ Pace to be able to edit his file. We want Fate to not be able to touch RJ's file, right? Or we could do it vice versa, but just for the sake of it, we're going to just do the RJ one, okay? So what you have to do here is you would need to, let's go back here first, and we'll change the ownership, okay? So the root owns everything right now. We'll change the ownership here to RJ Pace. We're going to do sudo ch own, and we're going to do RJ Pace dot paste fam, right? And then we're going to do test users. All right. So what did this do? This just changed the ownership of the test users folder. Oop, if I can get it right. We'll get it in a second. Here we go. All right. So you can see now the owner of this is RJ Pace and the group ownership is Pace fans, right? So this is going to be significant because what I'm about to do next is going to change it up a little bit. So if I go into test users again, you look at this and you do LL, the ownership here is set to the root. All right. So I'm going to make RJ's file here only be able to be changed by RJ, and it's not going to be able to be changed by the fake user. Okay. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to sudo and I'm going to ch own. I'm going to say, let's see here. We're going to do G plus S. Oop, might have to be underscore or lowercase. Oh, forgot to put the name of the file there. Okay, that's why I was doing ch own. I was changing ownership. You gotta change the actual modification. All right. So here you go. G plus S RJ. There you go. So now if we do this here, you can see that we have the S is capitalized on the group permissions. All right. So once I change the ownership of this and give RJ the ownership, the only person that's going to be able to edit that is going to be RJ, right? So I'm going to do ch own, and I'm going to do RJ, RJ, right? That should do it. I might have to put sudo in front. There we go. All right. So now RJ Pace is the user owner for this, and the root, I still have the root as the um group owner. Okay, so I still have the group owner there. But look at the capital S. That capital S permission is going to not allow anyone besides RJ Pace to be able to edit this. Okay. So RJ pace, if you look to the far left, it's minus RW. So I can read and write, right? I can read and write to that. No one else is going to be able to. So to test that out, we're going to go back here again. We're going to log into test or fate user, log back into fate user. Boom. You see we're there. Now we're going to go back to the root. We're going to go back to the test user's file, LL. Look at that. The changes are still there, right? Changes are still there. So what I'm going to try to do is show you that I can't do anything with this RJ file. So I'm going to open up a editor. We're going to just do nano RJ. And look at that. File RJ is unwritable. Okay. File RJ is unwritable. Now, watch this though. I can do this, right? That one is unwritable. Okay. Because it doesn't have the ownership. All right. So you're not going to be able to do anything unless you get those permissions changed. All right. We're going to LL. We're going to grip, test users, and look at that. Right. So you don't have the permissions to be able to write it there. Okay. So that person won't be able to do anything with it. Right. So let's go. We're going to exit and go back to, and just to show you, they can't um do anything with that file at all. Watch this. Can't do anything. All right. So can't do anything. Their permission is denied. All right. Exactly what we want to see. So we're going to exit. We're going to go back to the CD again. Now we're under the RJ folder, CD there. We're going to CD into the test users. Boom. Now I should be able to do this with RJ, right? So going to nano RJ. And now look at that. We don't have the other um the one that doesn't allow us to write. So now I can write whatever I want in there. This is a test, and I'm going to save it. Write file name to write, yes, and exit. Right. So now if I show the content, it should show this is a test. All right. So the fake user will be able to um read it, but they won't be able to change it or edit it at all, right? So if I wanted to, I could RMRJ because I'm the owner here, right? So if I just took off that one, boom, now it's gone. Okay? I can take that off. It's gone. All right. So that is a real use of shared folders using Linux command line. I showed you guys how to navigate the file system a little bit, how to create a user, add them to a group, add a password to a user, how to create a shared folder. We also looked at some permissions. So we'll go more in depth with those in future videos. Just want to do a quick one here. Just kind of show you what I've been working on a little bit. So it'll get more advanced as the uh, videos keep coming. So hope you guys enjoyed this. And yeah, this is just something fun I like to do, man. So we'll see you guys on the next one. Y'all have a great one.